I'm going to get the largest burger you have without the bun
Okay.
and just gravy on top of it.
You want everything else and gravy?
No, no,
or
just the burger and the gravy.
cheese?
No cheese.
Okay.
Just a large meat patty
A jumbo hamburger patty
with,
gravy on it.
that's it.
No bun.
No bun, no cheese, no lettuce, no
I got
tomatoes,
you. I got you.
no mama's drama bomba.
I got you. What for you, Mr. Perry?
Ooh, she knows your name?
Regular cheeseburger, no onion, no pickle, and I order a crispy fry. Thank you, man.
I'm getting my butt chewed. Ow!
What have you done?
I haven't done anything. They think I've done something.
Oh my.
It wasn't me. And I had to remind them that I've never, ever, there's an article that came out about a case that I've been helping out quietly with the scenes. And so these investigators are being given the impression that these investigators are part of the problem. Well, this article brings out their names. Now, I get calls from not only the investigators, but a couple other people going, did you have something to do with this? I said, nobody. This is not my, that's a lot more silent, more deadly than that. Not that stupid. Particularly when the information is already is correct up to the part when they start talking about the investigation. Everything up to that point, complete, accurate, proven, perfect. But I don't reveal names to anybody.
Yeah.
Period.
Yeah.
And I had to remind those people who called. They apologized because they're upset. Because they're being accused of being part of the collusion. Like, and they're calling me like, first of all, I didn't tell anything to this reporter. So let's stop there. Second, you need to remind yourself who you're talking to. That pretty much took care of that. But it has caused a crap storm. It just came out a few minutes ago. I've had 5 calls
Oh
on it.
wow.
You know?
Fascinating. Okay.
Yeah, I've had 5 calls on it, and it's, I don't even know what to do.
Wow. So that's neat. That's a fun way to start a Thursday.
Yeah.
So yeah.
And then, in the midst of that, I finally got the order. Hold on a second, something I want to show you. There's the order. Woo-hoo! Yes, baby. You can zoom it in and zoom it out. That's what we've been waiting for. In fact, you turn it this way.
No, I got it. I got
You read it better.
Give me a little credit. Is it Braille? Yeah.
Believe it or not,
Wheels are turning.
that's a big step in the right direction.
Is their attorney just slimy?
Huh?
Is their attorney just slimy?
He's just trying to.
I'm sure he hadn't been told the whole story by then.
Oh no, he hasn't. And
Is he figuring that out?
I think he's starting to realize that everything he's been told is not exactly what he's been told. He apparently thought that the apartment complex was a massive $1 million income gaining asset.
Yeah.
I think he just found out, he literally found out during the hearing we had, it's a ministry, it's not.
Yeah, and it's barely breaking even.
Yeah, it's barely
With
breaking
the
even.
shortfalls, like the rent payment.
And then he's like, well, I would, if I saw the, I said, not a problem. So the council approved that. It was horribly mismanaged, there was no money in there.
Well, even if it was properly managed, it's not.
And even if
That's
it's
not a money man.
yeah, it's not money maker regardless.
Yeah. So why did it take him a year to figure that one out?
Because he didn't know. You keep in mind,
If he'd driven by it one time, he'd have seen
never
it.
did. Never did. Never been there, never reached out to me. Never asked for anything.
Yeah.
And thought whatever he was told, thought it was so much so that they were willing, he said, well, my client's willing to just give them the apartment complex. Call it a day. Like, dude, I don't think you realize how much you're being paying. Me and Eric, like, I think you're being conned, don't even know it. How much money do you think this apartment complex makes? You know? Not as much as you think.
Yeah. If any at all.
Well, let's see, the most I've ever made from there in a month is like $1,000.
Yeah, and then you
That's
have to
it.
plow right back into it the next month. Yeah.
That's the most I've made from there. In 1 month, I was at negative 600.
I was gonna say, yeah.
Another month, negative 600 that I had to come out of my own pocket.
Sure. Yeah. And it depends on the heating bill and the cooling bill. So 3 months, in 3 months here, you can make money maybe to pay for the next 3 months. Wow. So you think you're going on your next mission next week?
Won't know until Sunday.
The day before. Yeah.
No, we have a briefing Sunday. In the evening. Late in the evening.
Really?
I'll find out then.
You gotta be there in person or just...
You want to come?
No, we got Christmas in North Alabama Sunday.
That's right.
No, I can't go. No. I don't need to go. Every time you tell me you're gonna be back from one of these out-of-state trips, it's like half a day later and you're You think they get an order right? Your order correct? I don't know either. Last time
they did.
there was a bun.
There's a bun and all sorts of stuff like, no, I don't know.
Yeah.
I'll make it work.
I don't know.
Thank you.
Intriguing.
Thank you
For
everything.
well, you're welcome. But I'm here. It's just, trouble is as you get closer to Christmas, the time compresses for
I know, you got other
rapid
obligations.
presents and all that other stuff.
no,
So
look,
it's like, I was going to the grocery store and buying this, buying that.
You got no complaint.
So you're in the other car today. So are they doctoring up the new one? Or are they really?
I'll be getting, you'll be seeing another one soon. The one that I want. They're very soon. It's gonna be,
Pretty and yellow, school bus yellow.
yeah. Yeah, it's the old Cadillac bus limo with the weird. So how did yesterday go? Did you guys have to go and remember you're waiting for a phone call yesterday when I was at your house?
They got out of Memphis in time to pick up the boy. So I did not have to be involved with that. We went over to the Homewood to the granddaughter, kept him while the parents had a Christmas office party. And so it all worked out fine. I was worried about having to get the Tupelo in case they didn't get out of there. Because as the
Time went by, you were going to be late, and you didn't want to be late. No, I got it. I mean,
well, no, the daycare closes at 6:30.
yeah, they don't make any sense.
No. Or some places, charge $1 a minute. Yeah. So,
Well, I'm glad it worked out.
well, it did. And talked to Dad this morning. He's happily home after 24 hours. He's in good shape. They did not send him home with any medicine, but they really didn't tell him about his
Condition.
hemoglobin level, and if it was bad, moderate, better. I mean, I don't know.
Or maybe they felt it was just aberrant, or just age. Typically, they're supposed to, but
That's fine. We'll see him Monday. So yeah, he's coming up.
well, I'm glad.
Oh yeah,
Does he have your personality?
a little drier. I don't know how to tell you. Him and my mom were kind of like me and my wife. If she's in the room with me, she does all the talking. Right? Have you noticed
Yes,
that?
I noticed
kind of
that.
clever.
Yeah,
So
you get real
my
quiet.
dad and my mom was the same way. And so mom was just effervescent. Dad was waiting his turn and
Forever waiting.
and sometimes the turn never came. And so, yeah, so anyway, it's just so having him and me sitting there in the hospital room for like 7 hours on
Oh, I hear
Tuesday.
nobody's talking. Nobody's saying a word. Cricket.
Oh,
And then maybe down there. So, how about that football game?
yeah.
And then back to cricket.
Or I hear stories I have heard before. Not recently, though. It's not one of those guys that will repeat something, the same old story every time you talk to him.
You know, I would have come, if you needed me, I would have come.
Well, thank you. Thank you. I almost called you to look up his record and see what the doctors were saying about
You
it.
still want it? Let me know.
Next time he goes into the hospital, might use you in that regard. So.
Well, let me ask you a question, or maybe a hard question, or maybe the wrong one. But does he have like a living will? And
He's all set. He's got attorneys set up, and I said, what about this attorney that you've got right now that's having some health problems? He said, I will go. I've got this guy already lined up and all that other stuff.
so that if something happens to him medically, somebody gets to make the decision except for the doctor. The last thing you want is doctors making decisions. They like to slice and dice. Slice and dice. Well, let's see here. What else has happened that has been overly dramatic? Was this big thing that's been dramatic today? I had a very additional conversation with the SRO officer, and so she gave me the ruling, which I knew it was going to be.
SRO. Saving room only. Different one. I really don't know.
It's called the supervising reporting officer.
Oh, okay.
Okay, it's certain
This
kinds
is
of
dealing with court.
well, it's when you get convicted of certain crimes, and certain times you get a probation officer and you get a an SRO officer. Okay, an SRO officer is for only specific types of charges.
Okay.
And they are a little bit more involved in your life than standard probation officer because of this particular charge. And so there's one for Rundgren County, there's one for the county sheriff's office. Okay? Then the one for the sheriff's office, county, female, her name is Miss Rose. Lovely lady, great. Best SRO officer you can have. I mean, will not make your life miserable. Hell, work with you. What did she call me? She said, I hate it when you're right, but you're right. She said, you want to know more? I said, no, I don't want to know. I said, look, I've already had my conversation with him. She said, well, I discovered he came clean about another. I said, look, as long as he's not violating his court order, which he's not, and as long as he's not doing anything here physically on this property, which I've proven that he's not, there's really not much you can, there's not really much your system can do. He's not technically violating the law. And it's not in his orders. Orders does not say he cannot use these things. It just says he has to stay away from these type of people. Those people do not fit these type of people. And actually, it says physically, and this is over the internet, so he's not violating.
Yeah.
I said, you got to, he's like, and she was like, dang it, I hate that you're right. So the judge got on the phone with her, and the judge for his case, and then he had a prosecutor on the phone, and they said, well, I could figure out a way. I said, I'm not his legal counsel. I am the head of this program. But on a side note, I want to warn you, Your Honor, sir, if you arrest this gentleman, not only will you not lose this case, you will have to pay him a whole lot of money for violating his rights. I said, what's even worse is, and here's what's worse thing going to be about it is, you had a conversation outside of his counsel when he has not been arrested, not been charged with anything. And I said, Your Honor, you know that's how much that is a very big number. I said, I'm not his attorney, but I can guarantee you when his attorney finds out, which his attorney will find out.
You good?
Yes.
Good. Dylan?
But that's not the biggest murder matter that can happen. That's okay.
It's okay. They're trying.
They'll be there soon.
They're trying.
Lord, we're praying for golden rules. Thank you, Lord, for this day. Thank you for Michael. Thank you for our friendship. Thank you so much for Dad and his safe return home. Bless us through now. Our time together. In Jesus' name, amen.
So anyways, the SRO tells the SRO tells the judge and the prosecutor, well, tells him about that website and then another website that he gets paid on. And it's the first time I'm hearing about it. And I said, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. He could be on 5 adult websites for all he wants to be. He's not doing it here at this facility.
Yeah.
And number one, he's not violating any order. I said, and you guys are having this conversation outside of his council president. And I'm not going to lie, if this council, if you guys do this and he gets an attorney, and I will tell his attorney about this conversation. I said, look, let me ask you a question. Who has filed the complaint? Who didn't file the complaint? Oh, well, it was his ex-wife. I said, okay, wait a minute. Let me get this straight. Not his current wife, but his divorced wife filed the complaint. Well, what was the complaint? Well, that he was enticing a minor to a website. And this is the website, these are 2 websites that you were given, right? Yes, okay. I said, Your Honor, prosecutor, have you looked at the website? Well, it's pornographic. I said, okay. I said, my advice to you is you got to look at what you need to look at first of all, you got to verify your. I mean, it takes you through a whole process.
Yeah, bound to.
And even if you don't open up an account, there are no minors. It's all adults. You can tell they're all adults. Big letters, 18 or whatever or older. Period. And each person that's on there has the individual right to kick somebody off their particular window if they don't want them to see them. I said, Your Honor, I said, you guys are not going to win this. I said, look, I don't agree. Whether I agree with this or not is not a material. He is not breaking the law. And if you arrest him and you try to charge him with enticing a minor, this is going to look really bad because he's not.
Yeah.
You know?
Right.
And what's worse is when it's found out that his ex-wife is the one that reported him, also that she can gain full custody. She already has full custody as it is. Well, technically she has full custody with supervision. He has supervision. He has to, and her goal is to take that away. You're gonna be in some very, 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 very big trouble. Simple as that. It's not gonna look good. I'm telling you, it's not gonna look good. So that's what it was.
Y'all doing okay today?
So right there on the phone, Judge, listen. He said, you sure? He said, you sure you're not an attorney? I said, no, Your Honor. I said, but I know why. I deal with people who break the law all the time. I do things like you talk about that involve international law, local law, you name it. So I have to do that. Yeah, that's the nature of my work. Even the local stuff. So I said, and he said, okay, here's what I said, did you even go to the site? He said, before we end this call, go to the site. He does. That's all it took. And then he dropped it. Wow. He said, either of you two go to this website. No. You didn't go to this website. No. You didn't go to this website. No. You might want to go to the website. Here. Oh, Your Honor, it's an adult website. Okay, you just heard yourself, right? Yes. Good. Okay, you're accusing him of going to a child site. Yeah. For minors. But you just stated it's an adult website. So I said, so thank you very much. That's all I got to say. And he said, this you can't do anything, guys. And now give the SR credit. The SRO said, I checked and we can't do anything. The prosecutor's trying to push it. So not the SRO, the prosecutor. Even though she didn't go to the website, I told her, I said, I've been to it. It's an adult site. It says up and down the way. You're going to lose it. So she knows that I'm telling the truth. Yeah. We have that type of relationship. And she said it during the conversation. The prosecutor, oh, well, no, I could, We're looking over that investigation. Blah, blah, blah. Come. And the judge went off on the prosecutor. He said, why did you say this was a child site? He said, well, I don't think I can say, yeah, you phrased it exactly that way. And then you just corrected yourself by saying it's an adult site. You didn't even say it was an adult site for minors, which is not either that. Yeah. You tried to give me the impression this was a trafficking child site for trafficking. Yeah. Which is what the prosecutor was trying to make the judge do. Oh, that's what young. Let's put it this way. This is where every American male goes to. I said, joke with, I mean, I did say it that way. He said, you don't have to make fun. I said, Your Honor, I have to because this is ridiculous. And you're having this conversation without counsel put on top of it. And why am I on this call in the first place? So it ended up with that being done. I'm like, can I just have a normal day without something that... What you thinking?
Where I've already been today. Once I left the house. This is the fifth stop. So.
Oh. Let me guess, you're not done yet.
I think I'm done, but as soon as I get home, I'll be handed something to do. So I don't. Not that eager, but I know we're running out of time because we go. Daughter comes in with her family tomorrow night. And Saturday, they leave and go to Sylacauga for his side of the family's Christmas. And they come back Saturday night. Sunday, we go up to Coleman, Alabama for our Christmas up there. And then Monday, we have everybody in our house. So it's going to be a wild time. There's cooking to be done. There's things to prepare.
Well, tonight's the only night you get to be crazy. Enjoy it while you can.
Yeah. There you go. Folks are armed in here. Can you tell? Yeah.
3. There are about 5 that have weapons in their vehicle.
Yeah, we are in Alabama. Yeah.
Never remember. So I never try to remember. I actually don't even ask her. There are things that I don't even try to remember, so I can never. No, seriously. I like people say I don't remember or I don't know.
So when they put you on the rack, what was that waitress's name? I really don't know.
Never asked. You mean she's been serving you for 15 years and you don't? No, never asked her name. There's stuff in my head that I know that I shouldn't know.
Sure.
Now I get to choose what I don't want to know. Whenever I get the choice to choose, even if the choice is crazy, I exercise. So, you get those cards out yet?
On my stops today. Now, there's still probably 25 more we've got to correct.
Bad.
Well, getting you addresses for just little things. Leave a number off the zip code, just stupid stuff. So we've gone to a Word document and I print them off. I I can print off labels. So it's my first year to try that, and it's gone pretty smooth.
Don't you like that printer? Pretty damn good
Oh,
printer.
yeah, but I had to go buy
The labels for
the
it.
labels, and
Yeah.
they were like, they're not cheap.
Oh, no, they're
They're
expensive.
65 cents.
Yeah, they're about that much.
Yeah.
But what I think I like about that printer is those labels, labeling is one of the best things I think you do. Envelopes, it does really well with envelopes, it does really well with labels.
Because you can, I haven't tried that.
You can print your envelopes out.
Yeah.
You know.
I have that much occasion for that. But,
It's there.
absolutely.
I use it when I'm sending a letter out. I'll use it. I'll print out, I'll do an envelope. That's perfect. And the good thing about it, I don't have to set the settings for it. All I gotta do is put out the tray, move the adjustments, slide the envelope in there, or how many envelopes I need. Go to envelope, type, hit print. That's it. Automatically does. I don't have to change anything software-wise or number-wise. I just gotta change how many I want. That's it. I got, the only thing, so, I got, when I get, this afternoon, I gotta do a review of our conversations with the judge, our conversation. So I gotta type that all up. So I'm gonna attach the stuff to it. So, ask him to file for record, period, so that he's protected.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna write it as his attorney, I'm gonna write, the report and ask the judge to file that report in his file. The case that he's already done his time on will go there because he's on that special program because of that case, so it stays in there so that way if somebody gets messed with, that's pulled out. And now it'll keep people out. I already told him I was gonna do that.
Yeah.
He said, you gonna, yes, yep. He said, he said, you're not gonna print out the actual visual page of the homepage. I said, I'm going to print out the first page of both sites, but I will block the images, but you'll see the web address. So that way you know what it is.
Yeah.
And because that's what we discussed. I said, well, no, I think that's a good idea. The prosecutor's like, no, that's not really necessary. I said, you just tried to get a guy arrested for something he didn't even do.
Yeah.
And I'm going to call someone who's attorney. I'm like, oh, hell yeah. As a person as a program director who has it in his program, I'm putting it as an independent citizen in the file. So it is there. So that way, if you go after him, it's right there. The judge said, well, I'm judging. It's not going to go through, but that's just my plan. Anyways, and she called me back later and she said, you did right. You did good. You did right. You know. I said, how did he get this far? His ex-wife tried to give an impression of something wasn't true.
I've got a friend in South Alabama. Actually, my brother's a year younger than me, and this guy actually went to high school with him, so he's right up there. Somebody who's younger, that kind of thing. His wife and him are going through a messy divorce. And it's been going on. She has not 8 years. 8 years. And just, she is as vindictive a woman as I've ever heard of. She, give you one example. He had some timber come. They paid cash. He got $230,000. Takes it to the bank. Puts it in a safe deposit box. He's got the only key where he keeps it in his house. A while later, he goes back and checks it. It's gone. When you ask her about it. I don't know anything about it.
But there are video surveillance in the bank. Now there is no video surveillance in the safe deposit box, but there is video surveillance leading to the safe deposit box. She can be trouble.
Well, I hear you.
Wow, that's bad.
Yeah.
I mean,
She's bleeding him. He takes a salary of $10,000 a month. She gets $7,500. That's already. That's some judge has already given her that.
horrible judge. Look, when it comes to here's something about the divorces, custody battles that is a horrible crapshoot. You get the wrong judge, you're just screwed no matter what. I mean, there are judges that side with the female, regardless whether the truth is there or not, and you have to take it to the appeals court. I know one. There's one right now in Birmingham that got kicked out of the judgeship just because of that. Where she lied about. First of all, they had a prenup.
Okay.
And what she did was she didn't realize. Okay, so the original prenup, the attorney kept it. But she didn't know that. She thought the prenup that he kept was the original. So what she did was she falsified the last page of the prenup to show that she didn't sign it. And she argued that she's entitled to everything because she didn't sign the prenup, and she submitted the ones that didn't have the signature just happened not to be on it. Now the problem is what she didn't know is when she did sign the prenup, not only did she sign it in front of the attorney, in front of the witness, but they had it on camera. She didn't know about the camera. Okay, and the witness was just the attorney's secretary. So she accused the attorney's secretary of having an affair with the attorney, and the judge believed it until the attorney provided the video.
Yeah.
But up to then, he had granted her half of everything, to include alimony, and half of all the assets, all that would be divided up. And she claimed that. And then the next thing she tried to claim is physical abuse. So she claimed that he hit her. Now, she claimed that during the divorce proceedings, they weren't living together. They weren't staying in the same place. She had her own place, and they lived an hour apart. And then she claimed that he snuck over to her place, and they had a tryst, and then had an argument, and then he hit her. So she called the police on her, had him arrested for domestic assault. Right? Wrote up. There's only one problem. So what she didn't pay attention to is, well, her neighbor had those door cams. Okay, and what she didn't realize is at the time that she was claiming, he was getting gas at the gas station, and that's all of it.
Yeah.
So and his phone shows he never even left town. So, but it went through a whole hell just having to do all that. And this one was just one thing after another. This particular one I'm talking about lasted 4 years. Wow. Until the judge, and the judge didn't, it was really weird. The attorney was really smart and said, Your Honor, it's been 4 years. We've done everything you said. We've proven everything you said. And typically, Your Honor, I respect the system. I respect this court. But I'm thinking about filing a complaint against you as a judge. Just flat out. Told the judge in front of everybody. I'm considering filing judicial candor of ethics. Period. Because of your decision rulings in this particular case. And the fact of the matter is, despite the overwhelming evidence and case law and standard practical law, that decisions that were not discretional, you made them like they are discretional. I mean, you just don't. judge said, you wouldn't do that. I said, yes, Your Honor, I'm going to do that regardless of what the decision is. Effectively, and he sure enough did. And the judge wrote an order granting the prenup. But the problem was that had to be nixed because he filed a petition. So a new judge was assigned, and within 2 days, they settled everything. Because the attorney on the other side knew that judge was not stupid. And so they agreed to the prenup. Now, what happened that really pissed them off is when the judge looked at everything, the judge didn't look at everything. Because they didn't think, what they thought was, well, if we have a settlement, a mutual agreement, the judge is not going to look at the issue. But this judge did. They said, oh, by the way, I'm also going to modify the ruling, the decree, and add an order, not only to the divorce decree, but that you have to pay his attorney fees.
Yeah. Wow.
You know how much the attorney fees were?
No, tell me.
$526,000. Yep. $213,213.38. Half $500,000 for what? And the client, the lady, and the attorney, he split it up. He had to pay half, because he said and he used the actual bar law. He said, look, you're part of the problem. I have proof right here that I can, right here that shows that you knowingly filed something you knew was false. You know what was false. They provided me the electronic communications, the emails you had, the actual shared video that proved he didn't do it, and said you proceeded with that claim when you should have. So because of that, boom, 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 boom. Sure enough, you had to pay. But 4 years and $500,000, I mean, almost $550,000. And what was sad about it is she wasn't poor. She did this before.
Not her first rodeo.
It was her third rodeo.
So she had it down to a science.
She had it down to the science. This was her third time doing it. And when I mean everything that she did in this one, she did in the other two. Exact same things. Assault claims, all that. Problem is, the attorney knew of those things. And the reason why they knew was because the guy that I knew, his attorney, provided that information to the attorney and said, hey, you don't want to look at this, there's a pattern here.
Yeah.
And not only sent it by email, but certified to make him specifically sign for the evidence. And he signed it. So, and his excuse was, well, I don't remember that. Well, it's kind of hard not to remember that. Has it on deposition. It's just a whole thing to show that the attorney did not care about how it moved. And was figuring, thought that eventually this lawyer lost his license. Didn't lose it in this case, but eventually he got lost his license. But I mean, just now regarding Bill's case, that order, the other attorney, we're not sure if we can't prove what we believe. We can't prove whether the delay tactics are based on the client and the attorney or both. Period. So, yeah. But that order, 24,000, was beautiful. I mean, that was I was like, yeah, baby. And the thing about it, the hearing was, I don't know what I'm doing. Saying nothing. The judge asked if I had anything to say. I said, yeah, I think my attorney, thank you, attorney. My attorney, that's stated everything. I think the only thing I said is, I think we've been more than patient. have honor Mr. Greer. I've made no contesting about it. Good, but I haven't. So that's all I have to say. And he agrees. He told the other side that they should have had this money a year ago. I ordered this a year. I ordered this when he was still alive.
What say you?
Yeah. And the attorney,
Why did you not?
the attorney said, well, you know, it's like, no. I ordered this done. And I know what I said. If we have to go, and if I need to get the court reporter to go back to our last hearing when I ordered this a year ago, and how I stated it, I'm confident that I said this needs to be done ASAP. That this needs, now I didn't put it in order, I agree with you, but I did tell you, you need to pay Mr. Weir this ASAP. You know? A year is not ASAP, counsel. I mean, he went off on that attorney. And, you know, they thought they were just going to, you know. And it was funny that he brought up the rent. Like, well, what about the rent money that has been made? And it's like, I love how justice, that has nothing to do with my order. It has nothing to do with the money that was due to him. And he said, for the record, you could have asked for that. You had the authority to work on that since you've been appointed executive. And you did not. You gave that right up by not doing it. See, Mr. Dixon is only executive of Mr. Greer's estate. That department does not belong to Mr. Greer's estate. That department belongs to your estate, or your client's estate, which means they should have been maintaining and paying for, as well as benefiting off their estate. The fact that they chose not to, nor exercise that right to do so, you cannot come back a year later and say we want the money. And since there was no written agreement in the interim, you don't get anything from that. I'm sitting there, I'm trying not to be excited. I'm trying, it's all this stuff that's just now, you know, and it's like being patient, doing it the right way, not using my other resources. And it all came out because that judge had great memory and he had great notes. And he takes good notes on his own cases. I'm just sitting there, and he said that has nothing. And the attorney knew he was caught. The attorney knew that he was, you know, that there was no way of avoiding this. Because he was doing what they call a soft testing position. Like, he brought up the apartment thing because he thought that would delay the check. Okay. Yeah. But we still haven't received the statement of we haven't received this information. Just said, did you ask for it? No. Well, that's why you didn't receive it. Better yet, why are you not managing? You're the executor of her estate. That does belong to that estate. You didn't manage it. None of the money to fix the issue that has come out of the estate has it. So that has nothing to do with this. But just wanted to throw that out there. Judge said everything I wanted the judge to say that I would have said. And I just sat back. If Eric and I just kind of, we didn't really have to say much of anything. The judge went off on it. I mean, just went plain off on it. And all Eric says, well, Your Honor, we've been working to communicate. He didn't even put the other attorney under the bus. He could have. And he did. He just said, Your Honor, we're just kind of waiting to get another a value. All we got to get is a agreed value of this apartment complex. And the other attorney said, well, Your Honor, he said, the judge said, yeah, but that belongs to your guys' estate. Boom, 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 boom. I mean, I'm sitting there going, hey, you opened that door. You should have never opened that door. You opened that door because you forget that is your estate. They should have been managing that apartment complex. They should have hired somebody to go manage the they should have been there physically themselves managing it if they didn't want to spend the money hiring someone on it. It doesn't matter if you wanted to give it to Mr. Greer or not. That doesn't negate your responsibility duties. Period. You hadn't signed it over. So it's technically your responsibility. And the judge said that. I was surprised. He said, now, you are entitled to see what they made from it and what if there was any benefit from any money gained from managing that estate. But he said, I'm telling you, you're going to have some real hard problems with that because you waived, in my opinion, you waived that right by not doing your job. You got to waive that right. So that's the way I look at it. So you waived it. That's the way it works. You waived it. So it was, to me, it was the best hearing for me. It's like everything that I could put out there. It was relief. Sure. Period. So that's how that is. I wish you would have been there. I mean, well, the order, you saw the date of the order. They had 14 days. So the hearing was Tuesday.
Yeah.
Okay, so that means, or Monday. So, sorry, Monday. So they have, the order came out Tuesday. So they have until, to have that 14 days, technically 14 days of the hearing, Monday.
Yeah.
So they have 2 weeks from Monday.
Yeah. So
But the check has to be to us before then.
yeah, that's right. Is it written to his estate or to you?
It's written to the estate with my name on it. So it will say Michael Dixon in the estate of William Green. Because that's how the account is listed. Like that. But no, dude, I am as happy with
I can tell. Yeah.
I know you gotta get